Hi everybody, I'm here to do a quick course orientation video to show you around our course on Canvas and let you know how the annotations will work on our readings and the course blog. So when you log into our course on Canvas, when you come to the course in your dashboard, this is the homepage. So the homepage will change week to week. It will just change with the links to the modules that you're supposed to be completing for that week. And I will update this welcome video every week with check-in and reminders about what's coming up. So you can always find the link to the current module on the homepage under the weekly reminders and information heading, or you can go over to the left-hand course navigation menu and click on modules over there. Other stuff on the homepage is my contact information, my email, Instagram, and Twitter if you're into social media. A PDF of the syllabus is linked there. And if you want to come to my office hours, which are going to be held every Wednesday from noon to 2, you can just click on this link right here that says Zoom Student Hours, and it'll just launch you right into the meeting from that link. All right, so I'll show you what it looks like when you click on the module. So let's go to week 0 module, and you come to this list of stuff that's there for you to do. Every week I will have a page that starts the module that's labeled Start Here. It just gives you a checklist of all the stuff that you are required to complete for that week's tasks. So it'll list out the readings, it'll list out the blog posts, any other Padlets or other tasks that I'd like you to complete, as well as reminders about assignments. So that's helpful, hopefully, to have that there. There is a whole bunch of housekeeping stuff in the week 0 module, adding a profile photo to Canvas, setting up your hypothesis username. All of these things are just, housekeeping tasks that are really important for setting up your presence in the course this quarter. So I will just click on the Hypothesis link to show you what it looks like. So Hypothesis is the app that we're going to be using to basically take notes together on the blog posts I'm going to be creating for each week and the readings that we'll be reading together. So if you click on the link, it will launch to a page outside of Canvas. This is the Hypothesis page. It will prompt you to make a username. I've already made one, so that's why it launches me right into this area. But you'll be asked to make a username, and then your username will be associated with our class group. Now, I will show you why I'm having you do that. There's other stuff in here too. There's a syllabus for you to read, an interactive syllabus for you to go through, which gives you a chance to ask me any questions you have about the class. There's some stuff about academic integrity and introductions Padlet. So go through this at your own pace and complete the tasks, and I think it should be fairly straightforward. I'll show you what it looks like to annotate the course blog. So I decided to take the course kind of outside of Canvas this quarter because I found some limitations with the way Canvas sort of forced me to segment out all of these things that I like to do in my regular face-to-face classes. And I'm going to try a new format, which is annotating the blog posts and the readings all together through this course blog. So the course blog is just on my regular academic website. You can always find it by clicking on the UCSD Fall 2020 heading and then clicking on our course blog. Now, what happens is I have embedded a code into my website, which sounds super fancy, but it wasn't really that hard. I copied and pasted a code that's freely available on the internet to have this website embedded, or hypothesis embedded into the website. So once you've created your username, you don't really need to do anything else to access Hypothesis. You will see this sidebar arrow kind of thing pop up on all of the readings and all of the blog posts. So when you click on that, oh hey, somebody already annotated it, that's just good, which is good. You can bring this sidebar out and you'll be able to see everybody's notes in the side. So I'm gonna highlight and show you how it works. Just place your cursor over, highlight, and you'll have this bubble that pops up that's asking you if you want to annotate something or if you want to highlight it. If you want to highlight it, that just saves it as a highlight for you. It doesn't show up to everybody else. If you want to annotate it, you click the quote and then you can add a comment, post it to our class group so everyone else can see it. And then we can all interact with each other in the margins of the blog post. So Evan Wong has already annotated one. If I wanted to reply to Evan, I could just hit the reply button. You can have a conversation basically in the margins of the blog post. So one thing that's really important to remember is to make sure that you're annotating in our class group and not in the public group. If you've taken a class with me before where we've used Hypothesis, you might also be in another class group. So make sure you're in the one that says HIUS144 Fall 2020. So click the drop down here. I have a whole bunch of groups because I've been using this for a while, but you see that there's a public group up here. Public group just means that everyone in the public is able to see these annotations. I can still see them and I'll respond to them, but if you click the class group, that means that our class can see the annotations and have a conversation together. Yeah, so I'll just go back to Canvas now to show you what it looks like with the readings. We're going to be interacting in the margins of the readings as well. The readings will be linked also automatically through Hypothesis, through their proxy. So you don't have to launch Hypothesis separately. All you do is click on the link and you'll always see this sidebar that comes out. So with the readings, the first one is The Case Against Grades by Alfie Kohn, which goes over some of the background with why I decided to do this ungrading thing this quarter. I've already pre-annotated it, so I've inserted in my own notes, and you are more than welcome to go through and respond to them to answer the questions I'm posing. You can pose your own questions, reply to each other, have a conversation in the margins about this article. I'm really interested to hear what you all think about it. It is fascinating, especially if you are like me and have been really, really motivated by grades in your past. If you aren't like me and have not been motivated by grades, it's also really fascinating. So I'm really interested in hearing what you all think. Okay, so that's pretty much all the things I wanted to show you. I always do sort of an end of module page to let you know that you're done. This week is a little bit of a weird week because it's not a full week. It's the week 0, so it's just sort of the introduction. Once we get to week 1, I will also be inserting our class participation declaration quizzes. They're not really quizzes. They're just labeled as such in Canvas. But I will walk through what that is and how to make sure that you get the points you deserve for having done all the stuff for the weekly activities. Okay, other than that, you can always contact me through Canvas messaging. You can email me, reach out to me through Instagram. I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you and answering all of your questions. And can't wait to get into all the historical stuff starting next week. This topic is really, really interesting, and I'm so happy you all are in this class. All right, thanks.